May 2010. At Real Madrid's sacred home, the Bernabeu, FC Inter have just lifted the Champions League. Their coach, Jose Mourinho, has just completed a historic treble. Real Madrid's president, Florentino Perez, has an enviable roster. Cristiano Ronaldo, Kaká, Benzema, Xabi Alonso, yet Barca's tiki-taka dynasty dominates Spain. Perez believes only one piece is missing. He decides to gamble. 9 managers have come and gone in 6 years. His next hire must be different. The special one arrives to sign a 4-year contract. I arrive with all my qualities and my defects, he says. He explains that not coaching Real Madrid would leave a void in any coach's career. Madridistas hope his tactical genius and arrogance are exactly what the club needs. Welcome, everyone. This episode is really special to me because it covers the exact time when I first fell in love with football. So if you feel the nostalgia too, make sure to hype it up. Drop a like, leave a comment, and as always, don't even think about leaving without hitting that subscribe button. The story of Jose Mourinho and Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't begin in Spain. It started in England in 2007. Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United dethroned Chelsea in the Premier League. Mourinho, still coaching the Blues, could not accept defeat and suggested conspiracies in the press. The 22-year-old Cristiano responded, "He always has something to say when his team loses, and he never admits when he's beaten." The Portuguese manager fired back that the youngster lacked education and hinted at his difficult upbringing. An early spark of animosity formed. 3 years later, destiny pushes the two countrymen under one roof. Perez's Galacticos project is underway. Real Madrid has spent heavily, yet still watches Barca lift trophies. Mourinho, fresh off his treble, is given the keys to the kingdom. Ronaldo, already at the club, is Madrid's star weapon. The mission is clear: topple Pep Guardiola's Barcelona. Mourinho's first season begins with promise. His pragmatism instills steel in a team built to attack. They dominate domestically, but Europe is less forgiving. In April 2011, Madrid faced Barcelona in the Champions League semi-final. Mourinho orders an ultra-defensive game plan. Lionel Messi scores twice, while Ronaldo, isolated as a lone striker, can barely touch the ball. After the match, a journalist asks the forward if he enjoys such tactics. Ronaldo's frustration is obvious. Mourinho drops him for the next league match. But there are highs. Only days before that semi-final, Madrid faced Barca in the Copa del Rey final at the Mestalla. After an intense, scoreless match, Ángel Di María swings in a cross in extra time. Ronaldo leaps above the Barca defense and powers a header into the net. Real Madrid win the trophy, their first Copa del Rey in 18 years, and their number 7 becomes an instant cup hero. Mourinho's second season is magical. Real Madrid explodes in attack, pressing and countering with ferocious pace. They collect 32 wins and break records: 121 goals, 100 points, 16 away victories, all La Liga records. They finish 9 points ahead of Barcelona. Ronaldo scored 46 league goals, only outshone by Lionel Messi's mind-boggling 50. Mourinho wins the league in his 4th country. The title is delivered. Guardiola's Barca is finally toppled. Yet, cracks begin to appear. In the Champions League semifinals, they again fall short, losing to Bayern Munich on penalties. Ronaldo takes the first kick and sees Manuel Neuer save his attempt. Kaká and Sergio Ramos also miss. The dream of a 10th European Cup remains elusive. Years later, Mourinho admits the pain never left him. Quote, "To lose a semifinal on penalties when your best penalty taker fails is a frustration which never goes away. Such failures plant seeds of resentment. Mourinho, ever the perfectionist, sees the miss as a betrayal. Ronaldo feels his contributions are taken for granted. By the 2012 to 2013 season, friction is no longer hidden. Mourinho shocks fans by dropping club captain Iker Casillas in a league game against Malaga. The manager explains the decision is purely technical. Real loses 3-2 and falls further behind Barca. Casillas, ever diplomatic, accepts the coach's call, but admits he is not used to being a substitute. In the dressing room, players whisper that the goalkeeper's demotion is about more than tactics. Defenders like Pepe publicly defend their captain, telling Canal Plus that Casillas is an institution. and Mourinho should show him more respect. Mourinho, by contrast, praises the performances of replacement Diego Lopez and later says he wished he had signed him earlier. The squad begins to split into factions. On the pitch, Ronaldo's mood turns sour. In September, he scored twice against Granada but refused to celebrate, telling reporters he is sad due to a professional issue and that the club knows why. Mourinho publicly says he won't comment on a sad Ronaldo. The tension between star and manager is palpable. The simmering conflict boils over during a Copa del Rey tie against Valencia. Real lead 2-0 when Ronaldo fails to track his marker during a throw-in. Mourinho explodes. According to Luka Modric's memoir, My Game, Mourinho stormed the pitch, furious with Cristiano, and berated him loudly. At halftime, Modric found Ronaldo on the verge of tears, saying, "I'm doing the best I can and he's still criticizing me." Teammates intervene as the manager and superstar nearly come to blows. The incident marks the point of no return. In the weeks that follow, Real Madrid's season unravels. They lost to Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League semi-final and fell far behind Barcelona in the league. Rumors swirl that Mourinho has lost the dressing room. Behind the scenes, the relationship between the Special One and his star forward is fractured beyond repair. In May 2013, Perez announces Mourinho's departure. After 3 years, the Special One will leave by mutual agreement. Real finish second in La Liga and win nothing. On the pitch, Ronaldo scores his 200th goal for the club. Instead of celebrating, he points to himself and yells towards the bench, a gesture widely interpreted as telling Mourinho, "I'm here, I'll do my talking on the pitch." The pair maintains a frosty distance in their final days together. A photograph of them in the tunnel before Mourinho's last match shows them rigidly avoiding eye contact. After returning to Chelsea, Mourinho is asked about his relationship with Ronaldo. "There is no relationship," he tells Portuguese channel TVI. "He plays for Real Madrid and I am Chelsea manager. But there are memories." He remembers him as a goal-scoring machine who helped him win trophies. In another TV appearance, he elaborates, "I had only one problem with him, very simple, very basic, which was when a coach criticizes a player from a tactical viewpoint, he didn't take it very well. Because maybe he thinks he knows everything, and the coach cannot help him develop further." The dig implies that Cristiano's self-confidence got in the way of learning. Yet with time, his tone softens. He later calls Ronaldo the most professional player I've ever met, and says coaching him was the highlight of my career. Even he admits his earlier comment that Brazilian striker Ronaldo was the real Ronaldo was misguided. For his part, Ronaldo refuses to feed the feud, telling reporters he has no relationship to discuss, but later ranking Mourinho among the best coaches he has worked with. After Mourinho left, Real Madrid hired Carlo Ancelotti, and then Zinedine Zidane, winning an unprecedented 4 Champions Leagues in 5 years. Many players who clashed with Mourinho thrived. Casillas reclaimed a starting role before leaving as a legend. Marcelo and Sergio Ramos became icons under Ancelotti and Zidane. Ronaldo, free from Mourinho's rigid system, developed into an even greater scoring machine and led Real to those European crowns. In 2016, 2017, and 2018, he helped Real achieve what had eluded him under Mourinho, a dynastic run of Champions League triumphs. He also won multiple Ballon d'Ors. By 2019, as head coach of Tottenham, Mourinho speaks more respectfully. "Ronaldo is incredible. There will be no other like him. He's a goal-scoring machine. The once explosive relationship appears to have mellowed. Ronaldo, now a global icon with titles in Spain, Italy, and later Saudi Arabia, calls Mourinho one of the top managers he's worked under. What can we make of this tumultuous partnership? In 3 seasons together, Mourinho and Ronaldo won La Liga with 100 points, a Copa del Rey, and a Spanish Supercopa. Ronaldo scored 120 goals in 106 games under Mourinho. The Special One molded Real into a relentless machine that temporarily dethroned Barcelona. Yet their time was marred by constant power struggles. Mourinho's uncompromising style clashed with a superstar who refused to be managed. Public criticism, tactical disagreements, dropping club icons like Casillas, and Pepe's call for respect, all contributed to a toxic atmosphere that ultimately cost Madrid both a coach and several players. Perhaps this story was inevitable, when two titanic personalities collide. Mourinho thrives on control. Ronaldo thrives on freedom. Their relationship produced brilliance and chaos in equal measure. Madrid fans are left to wonder, if ego and pride hadn't collided, could this duo have dominated Europe? Or was their combustible chemistry part of what made them great? Time has softened the wounds. Today, the Special One and CR7 speak of memories instead of grudges. And as the Bernabeu continues to echo with chants of Hala Madrid, their fiery partnership has become lore. A reminder that even in the pursuit of perfection, greatness often exacts a cost. And that's where we wrap up. If this episode hit you right in the nostalgia, let us know. Hype it, like it, and subscribe so you're in when the next story drops. Until then, this is No Ball IQ. I will see you in the next one.